Okay, we're now going to discuss the lesson 2 and lesson 3. So, we're going to find the range, the inverse, and the domain of this following function. Now, in number 1, we have that f of x equals 3x minus 2. So, you see, this is a linear equation. So, in order to find the range, we're going to always look at the denominator of the function. My denominator, right? So, if it doesn't have a denominator, so automatically, what will be the range of the equation? So the range could be written as this one. So y, such that y is the element of real number. So remember, you're talking about the range that will be the value of y. That is the y. Okay. That's for the range. Since wala naman siya denominator, so it can easily say that all values of y is under the elements of the real number. Lahat ng number pwede. What about the inverse? So what are the steps to find the inverse of a function? So all we have to do is to write down the equation first. F of x equals to 3x minus 2. And then change f of x into y. 3x minus 2. So what will be next? Interchange natin yung x tsaka y. So y becomes x and x becomes y. Then solve for x in terms of y. Solve for x in terms of y. So x minus 2 is equals to 3y. Okay, what's next? Divide both equation by 3. By 3. So this should be x minus 2 over 3. And this would be y. So y is equals to x minus 2 over 3. So that will be your inverse. So the inverse could be written as y is equals to x minus 2 over 3. Now, after finding the inverse, we're going to look again at the denominator. So, we cannot find a variable in the denominator. So, therefore, again, our domain could be in this one, x, such that x is element of real number. Because we cannot find a variable in the denominator. So, not again, if we're talking about the domain, that could be the restricted value of x. Now, let's go to the next number. The next example. Our next example is f of x equals to x plus 7 all over 2x minus 3. Now what will be the first thing to do? First, find the range. So how to find the range? We're going to look at the denominator now. It's the denominator. So in f of x, the equation is x plus 7 over 2x minus 3. Looking for the range is to equate the denominator, which is 2x minus 3 equals to 0. We're looking for the range na. So this is 2x is equals to 3. Again, divide both sides by 2. Cancel 2 here. X equals to 3 over 2. So how are you going to write here? Normally, you're going to write a real number such as that is 3 over 2. Yeah. And then, if the statement should be y such that y should not be equal to 3 over 2 because 3 over 2 can make your equation here to become undefined. Tingnan nyo, if you're going to replace 3 over 2 here by x, so the value of the denominator is 0. So it means this is restricted. The value of this function is restricted to 3 over 2, or shall we say, hindi pwede ang 3 over 2 dyan kasi making undefined yung equation mo. Remember, in our previous discussion, this could be what we call the asymptotes. This is the line wherein the graph can be touches or can be closer to it, but it cannot crosses the line 3 over 2 in terms of that. Now, let us find the inverse. So how we find the inverse? Again, in inverse, we are going to interchange x and y. So first, we're going to write this one as in terms of y is equals to x plus 7 over 2x minus 3. So that is first. And then interchange x and y. Y becomes x and x becomes y. Y plus 7 over 2y minus 3. And then, let us solve for x in terms of y. So, we multiply both sides by 2y minus 3. So, ilipat na natin yun doon. So, this becomes x then 2y minus 3 is equals to y plus 7. And then distribute natin yung x, so it's 2xy minus 3x is equals to y plus 7. We're going to interchange 3x and y, so this is 2x y minus y is equals to 3x plus 7. Then factor natin siya, so y is equals to 2x minus 1 is equals to 3x plus 7. Again, divide both sides by 2x minus 1. So this should be 2x minus 1, then 2x minus 1. We cancel this one. This is y is equals to 3x plus 7 over 2x minus 1. So after that, so that will be your inverse, no? So this y is equals to 3x plus 7 over 2x minus 1. Now, after finding the inverse, it's now easy to find the domain. So how to find the domain? So we're going to equate the denominator, which is 2x minus 1 is equals to 0. So this is 2x is equals to 1. Divide both sides by 2. Canceling 2, this x equals to 1. Now, restricted values for the domain is 1/2. Or shall we say, x such that x should not be equal to 1/2. Kasi po, if we're going to replace 1/2 in the inverse, this makes your equation become unequal. Okay? Okay, next. What about in equation number 3? The equation in number 3 is f of x. Equation number 3 is f of x is equals to 2 plus 2x minus 1 over x plus 4. Now remember, your equation here is a whole number 2 with a fraction. So let's simplify first this so that we are going to solve this properly. So the LCD is x plus 4. X plus 4. So that's 2 times x plus 4. Multiply ko lang yan sa 2 ha. Kaya check natin plus 2x minus 1. So this is 2x plus 8. Distribute mo yan. Plus 2x minus 1 all over x plus 4. We'll simplify the equation so that we can solve it properly. So add natin yung 2x is 4x. Then subtract natin plus 7. Then this is x plus 2. So this could be your f of x. So we'll write the equation at the bottom so that we can solve this properly. So that's f of x is the same. This equation is the same as 4x plus 7 over x plus 2. So we're not going to focus our attention here on this kind of equation rather than this one because this is the simplified form of the equation. Okay? Now, so our new equation, or shall we say our simplified equation is f of x is equals to 4x plus 7 over x plus 4. Okay. So, again, finding the range is we're going to equate denominator, this denominator to 0. This x plus 4 is equals to 0. So, x here is equals to negative 4. So, restricted values should be negative 4. And without kahit hindi mo naman solve, negative mo, hindi pwede negative 4 dito kasi may 0 sila. So, this could be y such that y should not be equal to negative 4. Now, let us find the inverse. So, y is equals to 4x plus 7 over x plus 4. Interchange values of x and y becomes x and x becomes y. So, x equals to 4y plus 7 over y plus 4. Then, y plus 4. Then multiply here or multiply both sides by y plus 4. So x, then y plus 4 So this is 4y plus 7. And distribute x, xy plus 4x is equals to 4y plus 7. You can change this one and this. This could be xy minus 4y. And this could be 7 minus 4x. Then factor out y. Y is equals to y, then this is x minus 4. X minus 4 is equals to 7 minus 4x. Then divide both sides by x minus 4. This could be y is equals to 7 minus 4x. That's x minus 4. Now that will be your inverse. So your inverse here is y is equals to 7 minus 4x, then x minus 4. X minus 4. Okay. Now, if we're going to find the domain, simply equate denominator to 0. That's x minus 4 is equal to 0. Then x here could be 4. So that will be the value of that, or the restricted value of the domain. So restricted value of the domain could be 4. Or shall we say, in this domain, x or the value of x could be x such that value of x should not be equal to 4. Because again, as I said earlier, if we're going to replace x by 4 in the inverse, your equation is senseless, or it cannot make any sense.